Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ken Smith, and today we are going to start a major couple of projects actually with the car. We're going to be replacing the roof. We're going to be replacing whatever wood needs to be replaced in there. I have no idea, but I'm sure I'm in for kind of a surprise. We're going to be replacing the interior. Now, I'm not going to be using an interior kit. I am actually going to attempt to make the interior. It's going to be my first hand at actually sewing, and I'm actually somewhat nervous, but kind of excited to actually give it a whirl. And so we're going to be doing a full interior. What we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to start letting you see just how rough this interior really is and all the different things that we're going to have to do to get our vehicle really street worthy for 2024. So let's take a look inside. Okay, so as we kind of take a look inside, actually start here on the back side here. This is just regular good old indoor outdoor carpet. Whoever had put this in years ago, you can kind of see if we look up close. It's not even close to the correct carpet. We're going to go ahead and put something in here that's kind of nice, a little bit more modern, but definitely a little bit more durable. Now, I want to, before I go any further, this is kind of a brown interior. If I back up a little bit, you can kind of tell. It's kind of a brown mohair interior. And I am not going to be putting that back in here. Really, don't care too much for mohair and the feel of it on my skin. I like wearing shorts. I wear shorts practically year round, and it's just, especially for a long drive, it's very uncomfortable, and I don't care for the feel. So I'm going to be putting in a cloth interior. I'd like to put in leather, but with a car that doesn't have air conditioning, leather can be kind of scorching to first jump in. And so while I don't have any holes, and the light might make this look like it's actually kind of very nice, it's definitely, while it is the original interior, it's definitely worn, definitely has a lot of stains in it that you can kind of see here. They're just not going to come out. And the material here is obviously quite worn. And so while there's no nasty holes, we're going to go ahead and put a different period era interior in here. Let's take a look at the front, and you can kind of see where this has been glued over time. You can see here also this has been stapled just to kind of hold things in place. You can see where a lot of the wood has kind of rotted out a little bit, probably a lot of it. You can see where the interior has just kind of pulled its way through. Over here you can kind of see where I've had to put in these screws that just kind of keep the door panel in place. Now, a lot of the back side of this door panel has just broken up, and you'll see that when we finally get it off. You can see this huge stain here. No matter what I've tried to do, I've not been able to get that stain even remotely close to coming out. You can see some of this door trim just very easily comes off. The other thing too is you'll notice that some screws are missing. That's definitely not supposed to be in there. So we definitely have our work cut out to, put the interior nicely back together. You can kind of see here where some corrosion Some rust has kind of popped up. So it's an older restoration that was done on this car. You can see a little bit of rust up here. This is from the roof actually leaking up there. We're going to take a look at that right now. I went ahead and actually turned the light off so that you can kind of see these water stains that are here. You've probably seen these up in my other videos, my other driving videos. The water stains are really bad, and the reason being is because the roof really leaks. Probably in this area, in this corner over here, it's really bad. You can see the water line all the way through here, and the same here. And if I were to actually, we'll see if this actually, you can hear this. There we go. That sound right there, that's actually loose wood that's just kind of jiggling around in there from the header panel. Hear that? And so if I go to the bows are flexing, and so you can see where these water stains, they go all the way down the side of the car. This is actually over the passenger door, so that should give you kind of an idea of just really how long this roof has been leaking. And it's definitely been leaking. The roof has obviously been replaced at least once. And whoever did the, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth someone. It's just not my nature. But whoever did the restoration on this car a while back did some things that I'm not going to do. I am going to try to fix, and hopefully I can. But you can kind of see the interior has some things in it that probably shouldn't be. A lot of things have come loose over time, and they don't want to tighten up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this side molding on, this garnish molding on here right now. Haven't really decided. I definitely am not going to be doing the wood graining. What I am going to be doing in the interior is actually converting it to a dark gray, and probably I might even two-tone it, kind of a dark gray and possibly a black combination. That's kind of an indoor-outdoor carpet that somebody had used. You can definitely see there's a color contrast right there. The door panels that I end up making, I'm not going to be putting in the pockets. I actually don't like how the pockets look. And I also feel that they're just a catch-all for junk. And I really just don't like the looks of them. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do for door panels just yet, but that is definitely not going to be one of the options in its return. Since I'm going to be having to replace the roof, this gas tank is coming out. I will be halfway into it, just replacing the roof. And definitely want to fix the gas tank and be kind of a one and done type of thing there. I currently can't open up the windshield, and I'm not kidding you when I tell you this. The reason why I don't open up the windshield is the header, which is this wood piece that goes in here, it's so badly rotted out that when I open up the windshield actually drops down at this corner. It's not even attached to any wood anymore. And so I've kept the windshield closed, which has made this car certainly a little uncomfortable during the summer months to drive, and we're going to put, obviously we have a header already for that, and we'll see what other wood we need to replace. And let's take a look at the roof. Now at first glance you might be looking at the roof and going, well, that doesn't look so bad. Well, let me tell you why this is here first. Whoever did the restoration on this car actually bondoed this to this. That's right. They bondoed the visor directly to the roof of the car, the body of the car. So this is a huge flex point. For those of you who do not know anything about Model A's, and I don't know much more than probably you do, but the car flexes right here. This is a huge flex point. And so whoever bondoed this didn't realize that sooner or later this bondo was going to crack, and it did. And when it cracked, it was going to leak, and it did. And so what I did, I kind of put a Band-Aid over an artery. I put this Hightem welt actually over some silicone to stop leaking, or at least reduce the amount of leaking, until I got around to replacing the roof. Now you can kind of see up in here in this Hightem welt that I put some black silicone. That's what I did here as well. And then the silicone actually worked to keep this glued down. I put one nail in here. Didn't really hit anything because, like I said, the wood all here is all rotted out. And so I ended up siliconing even the nail on. And so you can kind of see where I've laid a bunch of silicone in here. And that is, again, just a Band-Aid over an artery. A lot of the cotton batting has just kind of puffed up. If you look down the roof, you can kind of see some of the ribbing. And what I am going to do with the roof is going to be kind of unique. And I don't want to spoil an awful lot just yet, but I can tell you that it's not going to be exactly 100% stock. And so we're going to have this top on. I can tell you that it's going to be soft. I can tell you that, but I'm going to kind of keep you guessing as to what exactly I'm going to do with the roof. Now, as we look on the other side, you can actually see where some of the Bondo, all the way back in here, some of that paint is actually cracked, so we're going to have to do a little bit of repair there as well. You can kind of see where that crack has come all the way down. And again, we're going to have to do some repair there. Got our work cut out for us, but that's okay. That's what I love about the hobby. You can kind of see right here too, where you can kind of maybe see that crack right in there. Finding where the header is, where that wood header is, and hopefully we can reuse the visor. I don't know if they nailed it on and then Bondo filled in the gap, and if that's the case, we might be able to salvage it. If not, well, we'll just have to get a new visor. But again, you can kind of see where over time, even though I put some silicone in here, and it really did a good job slowing down the amount of water that came in here, it still leaked. And like I said, this was just a Band-Aid over an artery. That got us through 2021 and 2022 and even 2023. But we're not going that way moving forward. While we got it apart, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to replace the glass. Now this still has, I am guessing, the original glass. You can see these scuff marks here. This is actually whoever whoever sanded the car, they were using a DA, and they buffed right on the glass. Unbelievable. Still has the original plate glass in here, so we're going to replace all of the glass too. We got the door panels off, so it's kind of silly not to go about replacing all of that as well too. So getting back to the interior, we're going to still use this same seat. Now, if you got really good eyes, you'll notice that this seat is about 3 inches further back than it's supposed to be. And when I have the seat out, I'm going to make the judgment call if I want to put the seat back where it's supposed to be or kind of leave it here. Now, I got to tell you, rarely do I have anybody back here. And it's usually the grandkids. Sometimes it's my daughter that sits back here. But for the most part, I'm the one that's sitting in the vehicle. Sometimes my wife sits in the vehicle if we're going on a cruise. And I like the legroom. But I also want to think ahead for the future. And, you know, do I put the seat back where it should be? So throw something down in the comments. I don't mind hearing what you have to say. And be interested in your thoughts. As far as the interior goes, here's what I'm kind of thinking. Dark gray and black carpet. Black carpet. This is vinyl up here. And black carpet, dark gray seats. And I'm debating if I want the contrast of black door panels, black sides, you know, all the way around here. And then a black headliner, or do I just go dark gray all the way around? And one of the materials I was actually thinking about using was a fine pinstripe. I saw that in a 32 Ford and really dug the interior. So I was kind of thinking about that as a possibility. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And other things that I need to fix, for example, and we'll get into that, you can kind of see right here, little bullet hole almost. This window doesn't even go all the way up. It's about as far as it goes. So obviously we've got some window regulators to work on there as well. Like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've got some ideas, some suggestions, some things you recommend that I tear into, let me know. I've got a friend who is a master carpenter, cabinet maker, and he's going to help me with the wood. And we are going to start tearing this car apart and see what we have. So that's kind of it for our pre-examination of what the car is going to kind of look like. I'd love to hear in the comments what you have to say and some suggestions. I'm always eager to hear what you have to say. Just remember to be kind. That's all I ask. And I'm excited to attempt sewing for the very first time. So, hey, remember to give us a like and subscribe, but more than anything else, be blessed.